This is indeed a Q.
Hey, Froggy.
All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour for 6/21/2018. Got a few things to get into here. We're going to look for any new Q clearance, Q Anon, breadcrumbs, drops. Brought back the old intro for you. I just saw a few people commenting about it the last few weeks, so I dug around and found it. I knew where it was, but I just switched it. I do miss it. It's just an intro. But yeah, brought back the old school original 30-second one. So took there a little long. I will probably just go back to the little 6 to 7 second one I made. But just an old school surprise. All right, let's look here real quick. If you're new to the channel, I just want to say thanks for joining us. Please subscribe, ring the bell. Get all the updates for any time we put out a video. You'll get the alert. If you toggle your switch there and sync with your device, make sure your alert is on. When we drop a video, you'll get the alert. Okay, so nothing new. Last one, Q&A on Saturday. Time to be determined, Q. Again, that was 1586 in the series. It was the very last one. So this Saturday, not possibly, he's telling us that there will be a Q&A session. So question and answers, throw a question out, possibly get a response, to be determined on this coming Saturday. Like 25th or whatever. So let's see here. Oh, we're already on Thursday. My bad. I was thinking it was like Tuesday. 23rd. So saying the 25th, but yeah, the 23rd, couple days. All right, so no new Q post. I did want to touch base on this. This is the IG report. We know it's 500 and some pages, but interesting things have come out. It's been out now. People have been kind of going through. Lots of things came out on the first day, but I wanted to all right, scanning over way too quick. We want what? 290. $294. Okay, so 294. I'm going to go start here on 293, though. But meeting between Comey and Coleman, all right? This is on October 4th. Comey's Outlook calendar for October 4th contains an entry for morning briefs from 8:15 to 9 a.m. That is immediately followed by an entry for meeting with EAD Coleman from 9 a.m. to 9:30. Coleman told us that he could not recall this briefing with Comey. Coleman stated that staying behind to brief Comey would be consistent with normal practice, but added that he did not recall this specific instance. Coleman told us that it would be unusual to have a one-on-one meeting with Comey, and told us someone else would typically be present at these briefings, such as a DD or ADD. While not remembering this meeting, Coleman speculated that this may not have been a one-on-one meeting with Comey to discuss Coleman's upcoming retirement. That this may have been a one-on-one meeting with Comey to discuss Coleman's upcoming retirement from the FBI in December of 2016. Coleman told us that he kept regularly took notes in a journal. Coleman's notes from October 4th contain the following entry. 1. Anthony Weiner. 2. Unrelated. 3. Weiner texting 15-year-old sexually explicit. 9/26 Federal SW, iPhone, iPad, and laptop. Initial analysis of laptop, thousands of emails. Hillary Clinton and Foundation. crime against children. We asked Coleman about these notes, and he told us that given the placement in his notebook, the notes would most likely represent information he was briefed on first thing in the morning by his subordinates in the Criminal Investigation Division, CID. Coleman stated that he may have passed this information to other FBI executives after the morning briefing with the director, that would be Comey, but he could not remember if that occurred here. Comey told us that he did not recall the briefing by Coleman reflected in his calendar. We asked Comey if this briefing could have been the time in early October that he recalled being told about the connection between mid-year and Weiner investigation. Comey stated, "It's possible. Possible this is what is knocking around in the back of my head. But I really see, I know the frailty of memory from having done a lot of this work. At least in my memory, it's much more of a informal than a meeting about it, but it's possible." We showed Coleman notes from October 4th to Comey. Hold on here. Oops. Okay, sorry about that. We showed Coleman notes from October 4 to Comey. Comey did not recall being briefed on the information contained in the notes. When asked about Coleman, Comey said he thought very highly of him and described him as a straight shooter. We asked Comey if this information was something that he likely would have put out of his mind after being informed of it in early October. Comey responded, "I don't think so, unless the way it was passed to me wasn't with some, you don't need to do anything, we're running it down, or something that pushed it down on my priority list. Maybe Hillary threatening you, or..." All right, that's my own opinion. But when asked if he recalled this meeting between Coleman and Comey, Rybecki stated that he did not. Bodich told us that it is possible that he would have been at this meeting between Comey and Coleman, but he had no recollection of it either. McCabe continued to be on travel and was not in D.C. on October 4th. So NYO completes processing of the Weiner laptop around October 4th. In total, there were approximately 675 emails, folks, all right? Now, we don't know who those all belong to yet, but we know there was a lot for the H.R.C., all right? Here it talks about it. With the initials H.R.C. written on it in blue felt tip marker. The CART examiner stated the first file checked was an image of a document marked sensitive but unclassified, with the initials H.R.C. written on it in blue felt tip marker. The CART examiner stated that he immediately ceased his examination and reported this case agent to the CART supervisor. The case agent recalled the CART examiner showing him this document and told us that he commented, but we can't be looking at this. All right, I don't know if it was like 270. Let me look back here a little bit. Okay, right here. I think this was right there, Clinton. So I'm going to read a little bit of this. Emails and BlackBerry's PIN message viewed by case agent. The case agent assigned to the Weiner investigation was certified as a digital extraction technician, DET, and as such had training and skills to extract digital evidence from electronic devices. The case agent told the OIG that he began processing Weiner's devices upon receipt on September 26. The case agent stated that he noticed within hours that there were over 300,000 emails on the laptop. The case agent told us that on either the evening of September 26th or the morning of September 27th, he noticed a software program on his workstation was having trouble processing the data on the laptop. Case agent stated that he went into the email folder on the laptop to see why the processing was hung up. He explained because the laptop was still processing. He was only able to view the emails that were immediately visible in the window on his computer screen. The case agent told us that the first item he clicked on was either an email between Hillary and Huma or a BlackBerry pin image message. The case agent stated that in the window of the items visible to him, he saw a couple of emails between Clinton and Abedin and at least one BlackBerry pin message between Clinton and Abedin. The case agent told us the BlackBerry pin message in particular caught his attention because his general understanding was that those messages reside on a BlackBerry proprietary-like backbone and would not leave much of a trace because it doesn't go through an external servers other than a BlackBerry server. When asked specifically how he identified this BlackBerry pin message as being Clinton to Abedin, the case agent stated it was obvious from the domains, which were something like HR15 at bbm.something and HABDN at bbm. With respect to the emails he observed, the case agent said he recalled seeing emails associated with about 7 domains, such as Yahoo, StateGov, ClintonFoundation.org, Clinton Mail, and HillaryClinton.com. Trying to see. Okay, so the case agent told us after speaking with the other agent, he immediately told his supervisor, Special Agent SSA, that he had observed, including that he had seen private BlackBerry messages between Hillary and Huma, to which Anthony Weiner was not a party. The NYO SSA corroborated this account, stating that the case agent came into his office on September 27 and told him he had discovered emails that could be tied to Hillary. Hillary Clinton, right? The SSA told us that he specifically recalled the case agent mentioning domain names associated with Hillary, the Clinton Foundation, and possibly Clinton for president. The SSA also recalled the case agent telling him early on that there were hundreds of thousands of emails. The case agent and SSA told us that because the search warrant for the laptop was limited to child exploitation offenses, they agreed during this meeting that the emails were not covered under the search warrant and the case agent should not review those emails. The SSA and the case agent met with their assistant special agent in charge, ASAC, to make him aware of the emails. The ASAC told us that the SSA and the case agent initially briefed him on September 28th. The ASAC stated that they reported that the laptop was still processing, but there were approximately 141,000 emails of interest at the moment. The ASAC further stated that the case agent and the SSA identified 7 different domains of interest. The ASAC's notes from the morning of September 28th corroborated this account. The notes included references imaging processing halfway through 141,000 emails and 7 domains, which were at clinton.com/gov, at state.gov, at clintonemail.com, at anthonyweiner.com, aw.com, at clintonfoundation.org, at presidentclinton.com, and at hillaryclinton.com. ASAC told us that he immediately instructed the case agent and the SSA to stay focused on the Weiner investigation and to stay completely out of the Clinton email case. The SSA and the case agent stated that the ASAC told them to stop reviewing the emails pending further guidance from FBI headquarters. The ASAC told us that he briefed the information that he received from the SSA and case agent to his immediate supervisor, the acting SAC, A/SAC, that day. The A/SAC confirmed that this account, stating that he was told there were emails related to Hillary Clinton and others. According to both the ASAC and the NYO Assistant Director in Charge, ADIC, William Sweeney, the A/SAC relayed this information to Sweeney on September 28th, immediately after the FBI's weekly 3 p.m. Secure Video Teleconference, SVTC, for SACs, which is a SVTC held by the director, or in absence, the deputy director, or another FBI senior executive. The weekly SAC SVTC is followed by another SVTC for FBI assistant directors, AD, Sweeney explained. Sweeney explained. Between those two video teleconference, all right, so there's a pause, so all the other offices bail out. Between those two SVTCs, so there's a pause, so all the other offices bail out, and then they basically reset. Between that pause, I think the first time I hear about Clinton domain names on this thing, and that comes from the A/SAC. And so he tells me about this laptop. I don't know if he described it as a laptop, but I think he did. And there's a, why do you have to describe it? Well, one of them things that you put on the table and you shut the lid and it's laptop. Yeah, just say laptop. Whatever the heck, notebook, laptop. I mean, do they even call them laptops anymore? Thought they were burning people's legs, so they quit calling them laptops, so people wouldn't put them on their laps. So he tells me about this laptop. I don't know if he described it as a laptop, but I think he might have described it as a laptop. Hey, and there's a whole bunch of Clinton email domain names. I don't know if he described it as a domain names, but I wrote them on an index card, which I can't find for the life of me right now, but it was like Clinton.com, state. Like it was clearly it was her stuff, and they had about 141,000. The A/SAC told us that Sweeney both had concerns about not exceeding the scope of the Wiener search warrant. The ASAC notes from that meeting stated 4 p.m. spoke with Sweeney, do not do anything with the emails, eligible, move forward with other agents. Okay. So this is Chapter 9, Discovery of the Clinton emails on the Wiener laptop and reactivation of the mid-year investigation. So this basic chapter, it was they were going to discuss the discovery of the Clinton emails on the Wiener laptop and eventually reactivation of the mid-year investigation. So that search warrant they got for that laptop, that search warrant authorized the government to search for evidence relating to following crimes: transmitting obscene material to a minor, sexual exploitation of a child, children, and activities related to child pornography. So we see, folks, that we're not sure here. They just happened to discover those on this laptop relating to something else. That's how it all came out, right? And then on the one I just went over, you saw they were, so at the end of all this chapter, right, that's why I was started down there first. We're going to come back up. We'll go to 294 again, just to kind of come into it. I'm not going to read it again or anything, but so then you go here, Coleman's notes, 1, 2, 3. And in charge 3 here, you got the federal search warrant, Wiener texting a 15-year-old. Then you got the federal search warrant, iPhone, iPad, and laptop on those devices, or at least that laptop. And after they initially analysis of it, they found Hillary Clinton and foundation stuff, crimes against children, thousands of emails. And if that started, because with this IG, this first one here, you have Huber working in the background since November. This is when all these indictments started. He's been in the background. He's working with Horowitz. So look up John Huber. We know about him. We've heard about it, right? And he's been looking into this. So we know we got another IG coming out on the Clinton Foundation. Should be a IG coming out on Hillary and the server matter. And we got one on the Trump, Russia, Mueller. That one's got to come out yet. So we got 3 or 4 more IGs that we know about, and be interesting to see what this led to. That was a different matter, but still, her email shouldn't have been on this guy's laptop, right? How did he get them? How did they get on there? Well, is it his wife, Huma? Of course, right? Most likely Huma was using the laptop and some reason got him. Or Anthony was trying to be slick. That's why they're saying 2 of the files, the main ones there, one was labeled insurance file. What was in there? Dirt on everybody. The guy wasn't trying to be killed off, or he wanted some kind of insurance file for himself, or he wasn't going to go down alone. I think he started seeing his own crimes. One of these, just like that Sandusky college professor, couldn't hold his pedophile in anymore, so he's doing it right there in the gym, locker room, shower, whatever. And all his buddies that do it with him, the lawyers that came to talk to him, they probably just shook their heads and said, you got to go down. We discussed this over and over. We don't do this in public. Why couldn't you just take him back to the hotel room? I couldn't help myself, I know I'm an animal. So who knows how these people think. Don't even try to pretend I do. I just know they're sick. And I've been reading the IG. I was trying to, I'm going to go through and read all 500 pages. I know lots of things have broke on it already. Some of the highlights. I haven't seen much on that. That Hillary Clinton is named right in there, squeezed in between a whole bunch of, initial analysis. Anthony Weiner is basically his wiener, and texting 15-year-old kids. They took some stuff. And they found all the Hillary stuff. And then right below, you got crimes against children. Is that going to be linked to this? People will be like, well, there's no proof yet. This is pretty damning right here. I wouldn't even want my name, my foundation, if I had one above in an FBI document, an IG report. It's crazy times, folks. People do not want to believe. They could have been lied to, and this has happened, but it's clearly the case. We're going to wait. It's coming. I believe justice will be served for those. If that's the true case, we got a chance for, and people don't even get it. I mean, the media's got people so going at each other's throats. Yes, the kids down at the border is a huge, huge issue. We want to get that resolved. We don't want people separated from their families if it's legitly their family, but people don't know the scope of what's going on, the massive amounts of people, the lying, the drugs, the human trafficking. It's just hard to decipher through, so you can't just think, well, to let them all in. Well, then that's 7 billion people that can eventually pour into here. Who are you going to stop? Well, we really want to stop the really, really bad ones. Well, you got to talk to them to find out who's really, really bad. And nobody likes to admit that they're really, really bad. So if you're trying to get in and you've made all that choice, that decision, and you've done the trekking through the deserts, you're not going to get here just to say, I need a glass of water and I'm a bad guy. You're going to lie. And it's up to the agents to process you, vet you, and try to find out the truth. And that takes time. That's why we have a legal way. And people just throw all that out the window because they're thinking just with their hearts. That's why people in positions that actually do things you can't think just with your heart and always emotional, always, but when it comes to kids, it gets really tough, and I don't agree with the last administration not doing much, the administration before, all of them, I agree. Now here with Trump, they gave him like 24 hours to really do something, and he did. Then they're, now you already got some people pushing that to the next agenda of he's doing too much overreach. He had no reason to do that, and these same people were screaming for it. So it's a tough road, but like we said, Trump's 500 plus days in. Let's give him a little time to tackle some of this stuff. And maybe if all this other stuff wasn't going on, man, how focused could they be? And we gotta acknowledge that that's taken away. People are like, well, if he can't handle all the accusations coming at him and special counsels and investigations and still get everything done, I mean, that's what's being thrown at him. And it's funny to watch people, this was going on the last administration. Oh, yeah, just as bad, just as equal. No. We didn't have 93% of the channels or 96% pushing this bad narrative. It was, you might have had Fox News that was, they're more conservative and they're, but I watched a lot of that and I didn't see the constant bashing. They bring up the president and they talk about what he was doing that day. And you might have one guest on that was like, wow, he's messing up the country. But it was never the whole platform just hammering him and talking about impeachment every day or Russia. Or another news, Trump or Obama that were coming out now that he called down the Russia to quit looking at Russian hackers. So we had Obama's chief in charge of, let's just take a look here because I don't want to be wrong on that. See here. He called a stand down, right? So Obama calls for, I know Q posted that, stand down. There we go. All right. So we got Obama cyber chief confirms stand down was against looking into Russia. So Obama cyber chief confirms stand down order against Russian cyber attacks in the summer of 2016. So that summer, they put it on the back burner after he was ordered. So the Obama White House chief cyber official testified Wednesday that the proposal he was developing to counter Russia's attack on the U.S. presidential election were put on a back burner after he was ordered to stand down his efforts in the summer of 2016. The comments by Michael Daniel, who served as White House cybersecurity coordinator between 2012 and January of last year, provided his first public confirmation of a much-discussed passage in the book, Russian Roulette, the inside story of Putin's war on America and the election of Donald Trump. So that's interesting as well. You'd figure if you're the president, and that was being talked about a little bit back then, a lot more lately, that they would have wanted to look into that, get it resolved. It's just funny, folks. So if we know all these people didn't want Donald Trump in, we know Comey had gone on the record, James Clapper, Rod Rosenstein, I mean, all these people, there's like comments of them tweeting or just comments made, we could be only so happy if he was impeached. We couldn't be so lucky if he was impeached. F Trump this, F Trump that. Is he going to win? No, we'll stop it. I mean, we had people involved in the investigation from Hillary all saying this. Comey made sure he stayed front and center. He didn't feel, his ties with her were any interference. He was going to be able to do an honest job. He made sure he was the IG. He was the special counsel. He was the judge, jury, executioner. He kept himself front and center with her the whole way through, and then came out in July of 2016 with that statement listing her crimes, and then right after going into how she wasn't guilty or no judge or prosecutor would take the case. So that's how they stopped him. Stopped that, if they would have stopped her or admitted that there was crimes, then that would have paved the way for Donald Trump. He was the only candidate at that time versus her. They've already cheated Bernie. They already cheated everyone else. Hillary, even they detailed it with WikiLeaks that early on, she wanted it to be Donald Trump. So they did things to help prop up Donald Trump and dismiss all the other Republican candidates, whether that worked or not, or if it was just truly Trump doing it and rising. But that was their attempts. And, all this DNC, Hillary collusion, their server getting hacked. The FBI couldn't even get it from them. They wouldn't turn it over. Oh, we got it. No, we're taking it to a private company. And we can maybe give you guys some reports back. The FBI is like, oh, okay, no problem. They went there on a certain day, a couple agents to get it. They refused, and they couldn't get it. And they probably made a call, and you probably had like Andrew McCabe or Comey on the other end of the phone. Like, hey, you guys get out of that office. You don't need that. I mean, I don't know how this went down. But here on the opposite side, they kick doors in for Trump, his lawyers. Hillary gets all this, you don't have to, be under oath. We need to, this other person, we need to investigate. Oh, well, that's my lawyer. Okay, then we don't need to talk to her. She can be your lawyer and sit in the room with you. But they wanted to investigate this lady. They wanted her to investigate bad. And then you just say, well, that's my lawyer. She's representing me. Oh, okay. No problem, Mrs. Clinton. So it was clear. Yes, Hillary committed a whole bunch of crimes, but for them to come out and admit that, and then also say that we're going to be recommending pressing charges, well, instantly, right then and there, she's out of the race. Her election campaign would be over. She's done. And Trump would have just had to go another month or so, 3-4 months by himself. Maybe somebody else would have been propped back up real quick out of the Bernie. It would have went back to Bernie. I mean, who knows? I'm telling you. And then above that, that's one of the huge reasons. That's what makes it so great, is that is a huge reason alone. But bigger than that was Obama was complicit. His whole cabinet, they all had these fictitious, phony emails using Addy system. Think about that. Let me open up a Gmail account. And give you guys all the password out there. And every day I get in at 9 a.m. and I'll write a draft, but I'll never send it. And then I just back out. And at any time, 9:15, you guys log in, one person or whoever, you log in, you could read that draft. Like you're going to take over and read it, and then you just delete it. And then maybe you write in there. And then I get back in at 10 or 11 that day. And we just all keep getting in, but we never send. And they were using that kind of, subversion tactics for digital means to bypass collection swooping algorithms that swoop up in the massive collections. They thought they were being smart. So some of those records we don't have. That's probably how they communicated on why wouldn't they do this for everything? It wasn't everybody's, sometimes things come later on after you've already done other means. And, oh, that's a good idea. So how much did we lose by, what kind of communications were going on in that? We could only assume. All right, where are we at here? Oh, 35-minute mark. All right, I'm going to close it down. I just wanted to touch base on that. Didn't see any new Q. Probably won't going to see anything until Saturday. Maybe there'll be something here later this evening, early tomorrow morning. Can only speculate, but Q&A Saturday, time to be determined. Q&A Saturday, time to be determined. Last one, that was 1586, folks. 1,586 in the series. All right, well, I'm Michael. This is a Patriot Hour. We appreciate you stopping by, joining us. Please drop a comment below. Any ideas on some of the what I went over. If you found anything in there, drop us a line. Collectively, we will break it down, move forward, look into any other angles on it. We're patiently awaiting some of these other IGs. They're coming. Have faith on that, folks. The work's being done. The stage is definitely set. I think they're just exhausting these last couple of days here. They've let this kind of go against Trump really nastily at all angles. So when it does flip here shortly, it's already starting. There's no excuses on the other side for, no, you guys can't do that. You got to go do it like this and buy the books. And it's like, well, look at the way you guys did things and shoved everything at this guy. Now that we actually got crimes again, things to look into, real stuff. They can't be, backpedaling or slow walking or, any of that. All right, I'm Michael. This is Patriot Hour. A little update there for you. We appreciate it. Please, please, please share, like, subscribe. Drop us a comment. And again, ring the bell and toggle your switch so you get the most amount of updates or the updates, signals to your phone when we drop a video. That way you get alerted. So what I was looking for was alerted. All right, we'll see you back here real soon. God bless, good evening, and Godspeed to each and every one of you. And have a great, great night.
You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a Q.
Hey, Froggy.